Hey guys, it's Neon, your favorite Outrage merchant, coming back with another Doctor Who video. I actually wasn't going to do another Doctor Who video, but I was out last week and I had a bunch of people on Twitter and on Discord ping me that some rando on YouTube did a video about me, well, about a bunch of people who do Doctor Who videos, and referred to me as an Outrage merchant. So that's really interesting. I did watch this guy's video. I'll put a link to it in the description. Samuel Davis, obviously you've never watched any of my videos and you don't know me from Adam. I am a Yank and I'm not particularly polite, but I can tell you that if you actually had watched my videos, you would realize that I am not an Outrage merchant. In fact, I have said repeatedly that I did like Jodie Whittaker and I think she deserved better. And I also went on to state about the rumors of her leaving being just that. They are rumors. I was not completely convinced of them. Again, if you had actually watched my videos, you would realize this, but I don't think you actually did watch my videos, and you do talk about in your video all of the research that you do. So if your research into your subjects and your papers is as thorough as your research was for this video, you could basically wipe your ass with them. So here's to you, Samuel Davis. Have a good day, sir. We are going to talk about the Doctor Who ratings. Contrary to what Mr. Davis might be telling you, the ratings are still basically declining. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but yeah, so looking at, we're into the finale now. We've got episode 9, the consolidated score for episode 9. We're down into the 6 millions here. Now, there was a little bit of an uptick for the finale, but yeah, this is quite a drop from 10 to 6. It did not get that end of season uptick that people kept saying Doctor Who would get. Again, I do not believe that people are tuning out because of Jodie Whittaker necessarily. I think they're tuning out because the show is boring. Again, people who actually watch my channel know I do not have a problem with Jodie Whittaker being the Doctor. I do not have a problem with a woman being the Doctor. In fact, you know, Mr. Davis seemed to imply that I was some sort of right-wing, alt-right, as he calls them, outrage merchant. I actually lean left. I really did want this season to be good. I'm just very disappointed at how heavy-handed and boring it actually is. And it seems like a lot of other people agree that this series is heavy-handed and boring, and they are tuning out. Now, I just want to point out the ratings from last season, from Capaldi's last season. From Series 10, Doctor Who Series 10 ratings accumulator. Again, we are, you know, his last season was not good, but we're you know, into this 6 million area here. Not as bad for the overnight ratings. But you know, Series 11 isn't much better, and I really was hoping for an improvement. Now, for those of you who said that, you know, why are you singling out Jodie Whittaker and not Peter Capaldi's run? Simply put, I was not doing YouTube during Peter Capaldi's run. I had a lot of issues with Peter Capaldi's run. Despite liking Capaldi himself, I thought he was a brilliant Doctor. I just really started to get bored with the show after his... Moffat sucked. That's geeky in the background. Moffat did suck. Yeah, it just, Moffat was very much up his own ass, and it just got boring. I mean, I've actually been bored of Doctor Who for the last 2 or 3 years. I just vocalized that on this channel, which looks at pop culture objectively, believe it or not, and, you know, gives opinions, and they are just that. They are opinions, unless you're dealing with numbers, in which case numbers are not opinions. And I'm sorry, unless we're dealing with new math here, 6.24 million is significantly less than 10.54 million. Now, even Variety is trying to be positive. U.S. publication Variety. Jodie Whittaker to return as Doctor Who in 2020 amid strong U.S. ratings. Yes, of course, she's going to return. The rumor about her leaving, if you had actually done your research, was that she was going to leave after Series 12. not series 11. She was going to leave after series 12 with Chibnall. They were both going to leave together. This has always been the rumor. So it's not shocking that she is coming back in 2020 for another series. Variety tries to put a positive spin on the situation. They said that overnight ratings declined steadily over the course of the series, falling to 5 million for the 9th episode, 7 million consolidated. Sunday's finale delivered 5.3 million viewers. British tabloids have suggested that viewers tuned out because the new season was too politically correct, in quotes. But the fall in overnight ratings is not unusual as it follows that of earlier seasons. Well, actually, yes and no. Usually there is a dip in the middle of the series, and then people come back for the finale. But since there was no real big bad this season for the Doctor to face off against, I think people just tuned out and they stayed out. They just dropped out of the show. Now, they're trying to say that the American ratings went up, that it was actually a win for America. So I went out and I looked at the American ratings, and there's an awful lot of red here. I'm just saying, there's an awful lot of red here in America. So I'm not exactly sure. We went from 1.367 million viewers down to about 3/4. We have 0.6 here on the 4th. We have, yeah. So I mean, it's not doing great. I don't think it's doing great. Here is the 10th season of Doctor Who. Now, probably is doing better than the 10th season. Well, no, actually, it's, a little bit better. A little bit better. Not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. In fact, the Christmas special, where, of course, they regenerated Capaldi into Whittaker, had 1.145 million, but I'm seeing a lot of 5s and 6s here. Now, I do think that she's up overall, and I never said that it was a catastrophic failure. I'm just saying there has been a very sharp drop off, and people have been complaining about the show. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. So going out to Rotten Tomatoes. Now, I don't really trust Rotten Tomatoes. In fact, I think Rotten Tomatoes is used by studios as a promotional tool more than it is a legitimate sampling of what people actually think about a particular movie or TV show. Of course, the critics think, fresh 94%. This doesn't surprise me at all. The audience score is very low. Now, normally I would be like, well, there could be people out there just trying to tank it. But if you actually go out and look at the scores, now we did look at the audience scores of She-Ra, the new Netflix She-Ra show before, and some of the scores were really fishy. They were 5 stars with no reviews, or they would just say something really glib, and they were very, very fishy. But this one, and some of these are, half a star for no good reason, but there are a lot of really well thought out low, half star, 1 star, 2 star, awful. These are legitimate people, I think, giving reviews. But it doesn't seem to be a universally loved series of Doctor Who. Now, I'm not going to say that some people aren't giving it a bad review because they're not happy about a woman being in the TARDIS. Again, they are entitled to their opinion. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. My opinion, personally, is I don't mind. I think she's got a lot of potential. I just think they need a different showrunner, a different direction for the show, or something to make the show not boring as fuck, which it is right now. Now, what can we expect from Whittaker in 2020? This article just came out today from Screen Rant. They're talking about, what to expect from Series 12. And they're talking about the New Year's Day special. They said the episode will not be festive themed. They're not doing a Christmas special this year. Again, that made some longtime Who fans pretty upset because they've had a Christmas special every year since the show returned in the mid-2000s. So the official synopsis is, as the new year begins, a terrifying evil is stirring from across centuries of Earth's history. As the Doctor, Ryan, Graham, and Yaz return home, will they be able to overcome the threat to planet Earth? So they're saying that they think the Daleks might actually turn up in this episode. That actually would be a really good move. I think that's part of the reason people tuned out, is that the show is very, very far removed from previous seasons. I think a smarter way to go with this, just to make sure there wasn't a disconnect. Might have even been to keep the companions, to keep Capaldi's companions for another season, just to make that transition a little smoother, since it was such a drastic change for the Doctor. But bringing the Daleks back in would be a good move. I think people might be on board for that. But we'll see. But yeah, you know, I don't know what to tell you. The ratings are not great. They're not the worst ever, but they certainly are declining. And people have been bored. They've been bored by Doctor Who for years. This isn't just a Whittaker thing. This isn't just a woman thing. I think it's definitely shown a huge spotlight on the problems people have had with the show for the last couple of seasons now. And of course, like everything else, it's become crazy political. So that is what's going on with Doctor Who. Again, we don't have the consolidated numbers for the finale. I wasn't even going to do another Doctor Who video, but damn it, when somebody shits on me on YouTube, and clearly has spent no time watching any of our videos, then, you know, I'm going to respond. I'm definitely going to respond. Not an outrage merchant, just calling it as I see it, as a fan of the show, you know, just giving my opinion. And that is all it is an opinion. So what do you think? Comment below and let me know what you thought of this season of Doctor Who. Are you excited to see Whittaker come back in 2020? Are you hoping that they'll get a new showrunner? Have you completely tuned out to Doctor Who like I have? I'm just completely, I just don't care. I just really don't care anymore. It's boring. That is my opinion. Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe to Clownfish TV for more pop culture news, reviews, occasional rants, gaming videos, art videos, and more. This has been Neon. We'll talk to you later.